Hi, I'm Courtney Hall and this is Hidden in Paradise. Thank you for joining me as I uncover homelessness in the Byron Shire. As a resident of Byron Shire, I've really noticed the growing number of people experiencing homelessness on our streets. The 2022 floods made things even worse, and now with the recent announcement of the closure of the temporary flood recovery pods, homes to over 400 people, this crisis is only worsening. Like many in the region, I've felt the pressure of rising rents and the cost of living. It's this combination of personal experience and community need that has made me want to look into this further. This issue also ties directly into two key United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Goal 1, No Poverty, and Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. If we can create more stable housing options, we're not only supporting vulnerable people, we're helping Australia move closer to meeting its global commitments. To understand the issue better, I started by looking into the data. In 2024, Byron Shire recorded the highest number of people sleeping rough in all of New South Wales, a total of 348 people, which was a 16% increase from the year before. At Fletcher Street Cottage, a local homelessness support service, there were over 11,000 visits from service users in the same year. And on top of that, housing affordability in the Northern Rivers is only getting worse. Next, I conducted field research in Mullumbimby and Brunswick Heads, two towns that were heavily impacted by the 2022 floods and are now home to 3 flood recovery pod villages. While walking through both towns during the day for safety reasons, I documented visible signs of homelessness, people living in cars, makeshift camps in the bush, and public spaces. I mapped the areas where I noticed these signs and found that they were clustered around facilities like public toilets and support hubs like neighbourhood centres. Even though homelessness can be harder to spot in daylight hours, the presence of so many indicates just how serious and widespread this issue is. Through the research and brainstorming process, using things like starburst ideation and lean canvas planning, I came up with a model inspired by Defence Housing Australia. DHA leases homes from private landlords to members of the Defence Force. So here's the idea. The government would lease private homes for 5 to 10 years at market rent, with annual CPI or market increases. Landlords would get stable, predictable income and have their property maintained, then at the end of the lease restored and returned in original or better condition. The government will cover the gap between what the tenant can afford and what the landlord charges. Local support services like Fletcher Street Cottage or the Mullumbimby Neighbourhood Centre would manage tenants and provide wraparound support. Rent would be income-based. Some homes could be shared housing, women only, or designed for specific needs. Even vacant commercial buildings could be converted under this model. What's great about this is it provides long-term stability and is scalable. With the right support, it could grow to help people across the state or even the country. Some negatives is that it needs strong collaboration between agencies and significant government funding. Some improvements could include involving charities, ethical investors, or community housing organisations to help share the costs and the responsibility. So what would success look like? People no longer sleeping rough in cars or in the bush. People feeling safe, supported, and starting to rebuild their lives. Success indicators would be a clear drop in the region's homelessness numbers, stable tenancies, positive feedback from landlords and support services, and improvements in health, education, and employment outcomes for tenants. Thank you.